fellow bookworms to Dresden. My name is Whitney, and we are reading Full Moon by Jim Butcher. So, of course, this is the second book in the Dresden Files series. We just finished up the second to last set of chapters, so we are going to be finishing up this book this week and then jumping into Grave Peril next week. I did go ahead and kind of change up how we're reading these series. Instead of doing chapter sets like I was doing for the book of the month, I really want to kind of move along at a faster pace. There's a lot of books in the Dresden Files series, and I have a lot of other series that I want to get to. And so we're going to be doing it each book over 2 weeks. So we're just going to break the books in half, essentially. And that way we can get through these books a little bit faster. And plus, I've been enjoying reading these books so much, like, I almost don't want to stop at each chapter set. So I'm really excited, to get through them, like I said, a little bit faster and be able to just read a good chunk of the book at once, like in 1 week, and then finish it up the next week. And so, yeah, that's kind of how we're going to be doing it. As always, you can find the breakdown in the descriptions. And then also over on my website, I have a reading schedule that you can refer to if you're participating as we are doing these reads. If you kind of want to do your own thing, that's completely fine too. Either way, I hope you will participate as we do these different reads. Like, so we have our series Saturday, we do our book of the month discussions on Mondays, and then we also do a weekly read as well. And I am also just started my Throwback Thursday series, where I'm doing favorites from my childhood, and eventually that will kind of turn into like a kids corner, where we cover, just different kids books in general. But really excited for everything I'm doing on this channel, and I hope you guys are too. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on a thing, and give this video a like while you're at it. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this set of chapters. So obviously, we're building up to the main event, and so there was another big kind of battle scene in the set of chapters. And Harry just has a knack for getting himself into trouble, and then he's just able to get out of it. A lot of it, I think, is luck, but a lot of it is he really kind of thinks outside the box while using the knowledge he has. Um, and he doesn't, I mean, he kind of does things somewhat on instinct, which I think helps with the luck, but he also kind of thinks through his options as well. And so it's really kind of fun to see him get out of these situations, and figure out a way. And sometimes he does things without thinking it through all the way, and that kind of gets him into trouble as well. But in this set of chapters, it kind of comes to a head, and we learn a lot of the different connections and get a lot of our questions answered. The only one that I still haven't gotten answered is the deal with Tara. Still don't know what kind of wolf she is. And we still she's just kind of mysterious, and we don't know the full deal with her. Like, I don't know how much she's, on Harry's side, or how much she is just helping him because of McFinn, and he's the only one that can help McFinn. So I'm really kind of confused as to her loyalty. I mean, obviously we know at this point she is on Harry's side. But like, how loyal is she though? Or is it just because of McFinn that she keeps getting him out of scrapes? I think there is a certain loyalty there, though. We see that with her crew, the Alphas. We do see that, and so I think there is a certain level of loyalty there. And so I also had to go back and reread like some of the beginning chapters where Bob tells Harry about the wolves, because I forgot all about Hexen wolves. And so basically, to recap, you have 5 different wolves, not 4. I was stuck on 4. So you have werewolves, where that's kind of like their one power. They can transform into wolves. And I think that's what we're dealing with the alphas, but Tara's not the classic werewolf. And then you have people that got transformed into wolves against their own will, and they just have no way of turning back, so they slowly become the wolf, like they slowly lose their humanity. And then you have Hexen wolves, which is the one I forgot about, and basically they made a deal to get the power that they have, and so they have to have like a talisman or something that concentrates that power and allows them to turn into a wolf. And so I forgot all about that. That does come into play in the set of chapters, though. And then you have, of course, your lycanthropes and your Lucaroos. And so, we're dealing with it all here, minus the ones that get turned, you know, not of their own will into wolves. So, but yeah, this set, like I said, it was very kind of exciting, which we saw that with Stormfront. Like there was this moment after moment of big things, and we're seeing it here as well. Like there's just all these intense scenes, and you get like a brief little break, and then it's right into the next intense scene. And so it's really fun. Like I'm really enjoying these books, and I'm excited again to see, how it all ties up in the end. Obviously, we got a lot of our questions answered this time or in this set of chapters, but I'm really hoping we finally learn about Tara and the deal with her. And like I said, just seeing how Harry's gonna kind of get out of this mess is gonna be really, really interesting. Obviously a lot has happened, and some of the people he was worried about who were on his tail aren't so scary now. And so yeah, it's gonna be, like I said, really exciting to see how it finishes up. And I'm really excited to get into the next book because from what I've heard, based on different Facebook groups and such I'm a part of, that are book based, that actually the Dresden Files get really good once you get into the third book. I've heard it that the first two books are kind of more just setting up the storyverse, and so they're not quite as good as the rest of the series. And so, based on that knowledge and how much I'm enjoying the first two books, I'm really excited to get into the third and see how it picks up and then such. So, but yeah, it's a really fun read. They said there's an intensity to it. There's some mystery to it that really draws you in, but at the same time, like you don't have to put a lot of effort to be drawn in. Like it just kind of takes you along for the ride. I'm kind of like watching an action movie or something like that. And so it's really fun. And I hope if you're not participating, you will go ahead and pick up copies of the Dresden Files, and join us as we read these books. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys here for now. Happy reading, everyone. Bye.